Hello everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to attempt to do a live stream while I work on Casino to show you how I do this main area. So we'll see how this goes. This is my very first live stream, but I'm using Polychromos and white pastelmat. So we'll see how this goes. And if it goes well, we'll do some more. I hope you guys all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. We sure did. We flew to my daughter's house, daughter and son-in-law, and we had a wonderful time visiting with them and with the two grandbabies, and it was a lot of fun. And that's one of my granddaughters said that what's most important about Thanksgiving is not the food, it's family. And that was so true. Out of the mouths of babes, right? Okay, so I'm right now attempting to show you how I created my main and how I got the depth that I got. And what I do is I start out with a cold gray or a cloud blue style. Cold gray is in the Polychromos, cloud blue is in the Prismacolor. But anyways, I start out with a lighter blue toned and I lay that down first. And then I go to a mid-tone darker gray, darker blue, and I lay down, and I'm doing this very, very, very lightly. I'm holding my pencil right about here, and I'm just barely brushing the surface. And I lay in some lighter tones of the blue. And I can't say I'm not looking at my reference photo because I am, but I'm not following the exact location of the hair. And I'll show you what I mean by that. You can see some of this stuff in here, and I'll show you the reference photo next to, can we get this in here? So here's my reference photo, and see how the hair up here is, it's different. I look at like a patch of, or an area, and I just kind of do my own thing. So yes, I've got these hairs coming across, but they aren't coming across exactly like they are, because hair is just a snapshot in time. You do not have to be perfect exactly what is on the reference photo. You just have to get it close so that it looks like hair. So that's what I'm doing. And as I said, this is Polychromos on pastelmat. And right now I'm trying to build up the dark. So I'm layering my indigo with my caput mortem, because my horse is kind of a blood bay. And I always do my directions, always do my strokes, even my underlayers. I always do my strokes in the direction the fur lays. That way, if you do have some marks that show, they show in the right direction. And then what I attempt to do with my darker is I attempt to get an illusion of depth by laying in the darker tones. And I just keep on going back and forth between, and as you can tell, I kind of jump around quite a bit too. But I just keep on working, keep on keeping on. You know, as a hair crosses another hair, I try to give it a little bit of depth so that it creates the illusion. Now see, this right here wasn't there, but I'm seeing, I don't know how to explain that. As I draw, sometimes I see something that isn't really there, I guess. I know that sounds very, very odd, but I'm seeing a hair that's going across right here, and it's not there, but it is. So sometimes my drawing draws themselves, how the hairs work, and I don't know how to explain that. Sometimes it just flows, and I see something that might be there, might not be there. It's not in the reference photo, I can guarantee that, but it just, I wanted it there, I guess. So it's there. I don't know how else to explain my oddities. Sorry, guys. This is gonna definitely take some getting used to doing a live stream and drawing. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to attempt to answer them. I'm still on my learning curve here. This is the first time with pastelmat. This is actually the second time with Polychromos, but the first time I didn't really do much with them. Now, see, I kind of made a mistake, so you get to watch me do my tape trick, because this works so well. Okay, so I got a little tiny bit right here that I don't want there. And just like that, it lifts it off. It's beautiful. I love it. It is the easiest trick. I have no clue what I'm doing right now. These hairs are just kind of flowing and I'm letting them flow. I've got some swishes in here and things are just happening. I really need to learn better how to plan my hairs so that I don't go through this every time. I need this a little, well, you can see what I'm doing, so I guess this is all right. Oh, and this is a cold gray too. My horse has slightly sun-bleached ends, so I'm trying to keep them lighter. And then I'll add in the burnt sienna, or I've used so many different colors in here. I've had purple and pink, light grays. I don't think I used any white, but let's see, I just try to just layer. Layer in the direction of the hair. What the heck is that right there? Is that a bad mark? I don't know. Not sure. I'm really not sure. And then I go to my sky blue. Does anybody else find themselves just holding all of their pencils in their hands like I do? As I work, I pick up more and more pencils. See, here's my container of pencils here. I just keep on picking up more and more. And then for the colors, I kind of look at the reference photo and I try to put my colors sort of in the same area that I see in the reference photo. But like I said, I definitely do not follow my reference photo for hair, because hair is, it's relative. It's like I said, it's a snapshot in time. You do not have to be a slave to your reference photo. You just have to get it close. Actually, just so we know what's going on here, I'm going to stick some more breaks. I mean, part of this will be covered by the mat. Man, I should have locked this thing down. It's bouncing all over the place. Okay. One word of advice I would like to give you is when you are trying something for the first time, don't do what I just did and work small. This is a 5 by 7. I made it so much harder on myself by working small. I mean, I'm loving this surface. Pastelmat with Polychromos is awesome. The amount of depth you can get, the amount of detail you get once you build up your layers, that's the key right there. You aren't going to get the depth. See here, you're probably seeing it's looks a little grainy and gritty. But as you build up your layers, as you continue building up your layers, the grittiness and the graininess goes away. And then you're able to just really, really get some nice, nice details in here. Without going overboard. Excuse me. I have a slightly runny nose. I don't have a cold, but I do have a slightly runny nose. I don't know why. So I'm sitting here snuffling and I apologize. I hope the sound is all right. I didn't test it this time. I just launched live, and here we are. Oh, and I am streaming this on a Logitech webcam. I plan on getting a better setup, but right now I do have a camera that I could stream it on, but I need to get an adapter so that I don't die within about 10 minutes. But I have an HD camera that should stream pretty well on this. What is that spot? I have not touched my pastel mat at all, but this seems to be some sort of a greasy spot? I don't know. Well, it came up. I'm not liking it. Perhaps there's a spot of, I don't know, something. Whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to bonk it. This almost looks like a claw. I might have to change this. That looks funny. Wow. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, no. I won't be keeping that. Ooh, fingers, right? It looks like fingers. And now I'm starting to add a little more pressure because my tooth is starting to fill up, which means I can add a little bit more pressure. And then I'm also slightly outlining my edges so that I get the depth I want. And I'm not really outlining because I'm starting right at the edge and then I'm bringing it out. But my pressure is still really, really light, and that's actually a problem that I have. I've been told I'm too soft. I need to not be so afraid. And just let it go. And I wouldn't really call myself afraid, but I do have a really, really light pressure. And I have a problem with that. Where I'm always really, really light, and then I have trouble getting the right amount of layers down to do anything. And so now I have to force myself to actually, now see, this one kind of is flowing right into this guy right here. So I'm going to make him do that. So he just overlapped and he overlapped here. So yeah, that works, I guess. It's not the greatest here. And currently I'm still only using the indigo. I haven't even gone into the black yet. I'm just indigo all the way right now. And I just sculpt and mold, I guess, what I'm doing. I'm trying to add multiple layers. I'm always kind of stepping back and looking at my work to see what I need to do and where I need to go and what needs to be changed or refined. And I'm not going to be able to stream very long tonight. This was just kind of a test. So I'm just about done for the night. But also by live streaming, this will force me to get this done. Because I take my time sometimes. I don't have a lot of time, so I sometimes take a long time to get things done. And I need to have more discipline to actually do it and get it done. I like the way his hair flips up right here, so I'm actually copying this group. Well, sort of. I've kind of already messed it up, kind of. Like I said, it's hair, and hair is relative. It really doesn't matter. But okay, so we got that one, and this one actually should have been more down here. So it's not, so what can we do to change it? We can add something right here. That's that. That's that. Now we can add another one right here. And then we can do this. Because there's like a really cool curl right here that I want to try to get. But like I said, don't cripple yourself by drawing small. It is so hard. And actually, well, 9 by 12 is the largest I have drawn. And I'm seeing people that, man, what they put out is just fantastic. And they're so large. And I think that's part of the key. The larger it is, the more detail you can get on it. And I'm all about the detail. But I want to be painterly. I want to be realistic, but I want my art to be painterly. I don't want it to be an exact duplication. For one, I don't think I have the patience. But you can see kind of how I build up and how I end up with my hairs by what I'm doing here. I just keep on adding colors, adding, and then it just kind of sticks out at me. I see where the hairs need to go, where I want them to go. And then I try to mimic what I'm envisioning. So that one goes there, and it comes underneath and comes out the other side. And that's just what I wanted it to do. Because I wanted it to be interesting, I guess. And as you saw from his photo, his hair definitely was a mess this day. It was very windy, and his hair was all windblown, and he even had some elf knots. I thought about putting them in. If you don't know what elf knots are, perhaps I'll do a mane video, how to draw mane, and I'll actually do creating elf knots in the mane. That would be fun. And this has to go out here, so see, I didn't go far enough with this. Alright, I think I'm going to end this. My live stream health. Yeah, it's alright. It's not great. But thank you for stopping by.